Anyone remember that brief period where SummerSlam took place at the Staples Centers in Los Angeles, California? Yeah, this is that time. SummerSlam 2009, at this point, I was already heavily a wrestling fan. I started really after WrestleMania 25 when I saw Undertaker and Shawn Michaels, my favorite match ever. And then I still wasn't watching Raw and SmackDown consistently, but I would watch a couple of TV shows from there, but I definitely wouldn't want to miss out on the pay-per-views. And this was around a time where I was 10, so I was like very ignorant about certain things because I'm like, okay, I didn't know about booking and good and bad and stuff because this show was a three-match show. There's a couple of other stuff that I did enjoy, but nothing too great. Um, but yeah, let's just talk about it. We kick off the night with one of the show stealers of all time. We kick off the night with a very important match in Dolph Ziggler's career, and that's when he fought Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. But they had a match briefly at Night of Champions, which was a good match. This one was even better. This one showcased Dolph Ziggler to be a top main event player down the road. Too bad they never really saw him as a main event player. They only saw him as a upper mid Carter, which was not a bad spot for Dolph Ziggler, but given the talent that they had back in the day, I'm like, where was Dolph Ziggler's massive push? He got the world title twice, but those belt reigns didn't mean anything in the long run. But he was a great Intercontinental Champion. He was supposed to win this match, but Rey Mysterio wanted a lengthy workhorse run. But unfortunately, he got in trouble, and then he had to vacate. Well, he didn't vacate the belt. He ended up losing it to John Morrison in a phenomenal match. But this one was also just as great. Rey Mysterio as the Intercontinental Champion was one of my favorite runs. His feud with Jericho, his feud with Ziggler, and then his match with Morrison. Top tier matches, and this one I really liked it. I liked the back and forth. I even liked the finale where Dolph Ziggler is gonna throw Rey Mysterio, then he catches him with a Hurricane Rana, reverse into a 619. Perfect way to kick off the night. Really good match. MVP defeated Jack Swagger in a very random match. This I can't even remember why this match happened at SummerSlam. Of all the matches we could have had at SummerSlam, not even a women's match to be kind of like a cooler off match. They could have had the U.S. belt here. MVP and Jack Swagger. What? Why? Anyways, moving on. Um, Jericho, Chris Jericho and the Big Show defeated Crime Time. This was after Shaquille O'Neal's interference. I'm actually shocked he didn't appear on this night, not even watching from the crowd. But Jericho and Crime Time, very good match. Well, not very good match, but pretty good match. The rumor was that Crime Time was supposed to win the belt here. JTG has said this in past interviews. If anything, Crime Time should have won him back in 2008 or something like that. Um, Here, it was very clear they were trying to build up Jericho versus DX down the road. It was just a matter of when and where. And they did a good job building up that feud with, DX fighting Legacy and then Jericho taking down all the tag teams. So they did a really, really good job building up to that tag team match, which was a really good match that I hope I get to review down the road. But, anyways, this match with Jericho and Crime Time, pretty good. Pretty great way to start off this new tag team with Chris Jericho and the Big Show. Oh man, you thought MVP and Jack Swagger was filler? Wait till you hear this. Kane versus the Great Khali. Yes, the rematch from WrestleMania 23 2 years ago. And they decided to run it back because XYZ. I get it. They want to push Kane back again. Great Khali, they just had him there just in case. At this point, Kane and the Great Khali didn't really amount to nothing, so I really didn't care. But moving on to one of the better matches on the show, DX versus Legacy. First of all, DX has my favorite entrance here with the tank, the soldiers. This truly hooked me to be a wrestling fan. I was just like, that entrance is sick. It is cool. Um, And when they had that entrance, I'm like, there's no way Cody and Ted are gonna beat Shawn Michaels and Triple H. They had a really good match, a good showcase for Cody and Ted, but obviously DX was going to get the victory. It was very clear from the start that this was going to be a 50-50 booking because they ended up winning at Breaking Point, a much better match, and then Hell in a Cell, an even good match. They had really good matches, these guys, and I was really happy to see DX one last time before Shawn Michaels retired, so I get to experience DX as a kid, so that's awesome. Christian defeated William Regal in a squash match. Literally, it was William Regal taking his coat off. Christian hits the kill switch. 1, 2, 3. Christian is your ECW champion. Well, he still was. He retained, but that was very disrespectful and such a waste of time. Twice, 2008 and 2009, the ECW championship ends in less than a minute. Very disrespectful. Now we get John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. This time, Randy's the champ. Cena's the contender, and I thought that they wrestled a pretty decent match, but the finale is what ruined this match. Now they already said Legacy was going to be banned from ringside, but then Randy got DQ'd. Then Lillian Garcia says, "Oh, due to orders of Vince McMahon, Randy Orton must have the match, and if he gets disqualified, he loses the title. Then he gets counted out. If he loses by DQ or count out, he loses the title. So he comes back and fights again. At one point, a random stranger distracts the referee, hits John Cena. We think it's a fan. Later, we find out that it was Ted DiBiase's brother. Why wasn't that the finish from the start? It made no sense. They should have just had if they were gonna do that, they should just had Ted Jr.'s brother come out, cost Cena the match. We were like, who the hell was that? And then Randy Orton gets the victory. We don't have that shenanigans with the back and forth. It really took you out of the match, and it really hurt. What could have been another good match out of Randy and Cena. I know they don't have the best chemistry. I know they have a little bit of an overrated chemistry, but it was still John Cena and Randy Orton, two of the top faces of this company at this period in time. Then we get the match of the night, one of the best matches of this year. Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk in a TLC match for the World Heavyweight Championship. What an amazing match. This was a real culmination. I know they had another steel cage match on SmackDown, but this was truly the culmination of Jeff and CM Punk. The feud was just there. The hatred was real. And when CM Punk was talking about this is going to be your last match, it was like, okay, Jeff Hardy is probably going to take some time off. And then, when CM Punk, remember, this is a 10-year-old. I don't know about scripted wrestling. I don't know about all the shenanigans. So when Jeff Hardy got banned from SmackDown a little bit after this, I was such a hater for CM Punk. So when he fought The Undertaker, I was so happy that he lost, even though now in hindsight that match was crap. But anyways, the match here was awesome with the Swanton Bomb from the ladder to the announce table with CM Punk and Jeff Hardy. Clearly know how to use the ladder, and it is crazy. You have a show where DX comes back, Randy and Cena have another match, and they decided to close off with Jeff and CM Punk. I love that they did that because it showed you that you can push other guys and get over. Obviously, Jeff Hardy never became the face of WWE because of his drug problems that has really taken a toll on his career. Every time where they're gonna push Jeff Hardy, he ends up fucking it up. I'm sorry, I love Jeff Hardy, but damn it, this guy couldn't catch a break and he couldn't get himself clean. I do kind of hope that he did because he could have been easily the face of the company right after John Cena, maybe. But anyways, this show this match ends with CM Punk in the victory. He stands tall over Jeff Hardy. You hear the gong. Where's Undertaker? He's underneath CM Punk. That was a really cool moment, setting up Undertaker and Punk, which was a great way to finish off the feud. Like I said, they had another steel cage match where it was loser leaves SmackDown, and then it was gonna lead to Taker and Punk. I was very happy with this. The rumor was Jeff was supposed to return at the Rumble, and then he was gonna win the Rumble and not Edge. But then he signed to TNA, so then they had to pivot everything. I thought this show was a solid one. Everything was either filler or bad. Um, there was some decent stuff. I like Jericho and Crime Time. Randy and Cena was good up until the ending. But really, this was a three-match show. If you only stick to Mysterio and Dolph, DX and Legacy, and Jeff Hardy and CM Punk, you have a great show. I'm gonna give it a B. It was a really good entry into SummerSlam, even though it was really all about the beginning, the middle, and the end, and everything in between was take it or leave it. It was a nice way to really start being a full time wrestling fan. It's too bad that the next pay per view is gonna suck because it is the burial of the Nexus. Wish me luck on that one.